Hey everybody, welcome to episode 104. Today in this video I'm going to try to do not really a tutorial because like I said, I'm probably not the best at tutoring or tutoring you on anything. But my question is this. If you're going to buy physical music, right, just not downloading on iTunes or whatever, Spotify, or, fill in the blank place. If you want to buy an album, whether it's vinyl, whether it's a CD. Probably not going to be buying cassette tapes or 8 tracks. But mostly I was consider people probably CD buyers or vinyl, vinyl record collectors. Otherwise, you're just gonna stream, or just download digital copies. So here's my question. Now let's take a couple of different people. There's like people like myself. I like primarily older music. Don't really like new music. And also, I'm not here to judge anybody on their music either. I'm not, it's all subjective. If you like Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, is your favorite person, your favorite, entertainer or singer or whatever, or musician, then, more power to you. I think she's attractive, but outside of that, I don't like her music. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to judge you, but let's just take a few different people into question here. So let's take myself first, and then we'll kind of run through what you do if you're sitting here at your computer and how if you're not going to go buy a physical copy. Because let's face it, the only places to buy physical media, and you're probably going to have more luck finding vinyl than you are a CD, strangely enough, is you've got a couple of options. You can either look for a record store, which, there may be one in your town. There was one in our town. It sells all pretty much primarily used records, although they do handle new releases here and there. They get new vinyl. They get the reissues as well. I think there's a couple in Saginaw. There's a couple in Midland, as far as my Tri-County area. But let's just say that your town or nowhere near you has a record store. What do you do? Do you have a Target? Do you have a Walmart? I mean, that's pretty much your only options. I mean, this kind of goes the same thing when I was, heavily into looking for toys and action figures. Was you really don't have a lot of options unless there's a specialty store. And most specialty stores, you're going to pay premiums on things. If you just want to go to a regular retail outlet, you don't really have a lot of options. I mean, there might be some weirds. Like, I haven't really looked for music at, like, Ollie's or places like that. I'm sure, I mean, I think my Meyer used to have CDs. I thought they carry record players. I thought they're going to start carrying records, but they haven't yet. But, where do you go? I mean, obviously, most of the stuff you're going to purchase, you're probably going to buy it online. Which kind of sucks because, like I said, the whole point of the whole fun that at least I used to have was going to a record store, a brick and mortar record store, and you get in there, and if you're a sociable person, you can, if you're not just get blindsiders on there and, super loner, no zero social skills. You're just going to go in there, look for what you want and get out. Well, then you're the type of person that probably is going to be fine purchasing online. What's the point of going if it's that much stress to be around other human beings? But let's just say you kind of want to, hang out. I mean, there really is. I mean, our record store. I see a lot of the same regulars come into our record store, and I talk to the owner and his wife, and I also talk to some of the people that come in, because they want to talk. They're oddly enough, they're all just lonely men for the most part. They're all middle-aged, lonely men that just need somebody to talk to, kind of like myself. So I've noticed that. I've noticed that the record store seems to become the haven for lonely middle-aged men. You can't beg, borrow, or steal a young person that comes in there. As far as once in a blue moon, most of the young people come in are like my son's age. They're like in 6th grade, and they're in there with their parents, and because they're both in, like me and my son, he likes his music, I like my music, and then his friend, him and his dad go to that place. So there are people like that. So you either get that, or you get just a lot of middle-aged lonely men, because it seems like those are the only ones actually purchasing. Most of your record collectors, just like anything else, there's always exceptions to the rule. However, I've just noticed that the vast majority seem to be, maybe not they're lonely, but I'm just saying they're middle-aged men. Uh, when I say lonely, it doesn't mean that they don't have someone at home to go home to, but maybe that person they go home to isn't really sharing their passion for what they like, so they like to go. This happens all the time, like comic books. You get a lot of dudes. It's a dudes. For the most part, it's a good old boys club, and a lot of the guys, just want to go and hang out and talk shop. Like I said, there's been a few females here sprinkled in here. There's been a few younger people, whether it's boy or girl, sprinkled in here. But for the vast majority of everybody that I've seen, it's very much dudes like myself. Like again, I'm not judging that either. It's just something you notice, right? And again, when I say stuff, when I talk about things that may be like, well, what do you, that seems kind of harsh, or that seems kind of, blah, blah, blah. I'm just making observations. That's all I'm doing. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not trying to say like, oh, that's how it is, because of fill in the blank reason. No, I'm just saying this is what I observe when I see that. I'm not saying it's neither good nor bad. I'm not really, making a comment on the, like I said, on the, I guess, yeah, whether it's good or bad. I'm just saying this is what I notice. When I go to a comic book shop, I predominantly see men, middle-aged men around my same age. When I go to a record store, I see middle-aged men around my same age. When I go to any other action figure, when I go action figure collecting, I'm going to see middle-aged men around my, you get the pattern here. It just seems like it's a thing that dudes do, and especially middle-aged men do. Doesn't seem like a lot of younger people, unless they have parents that also do it, and they kind of ride the coattails. But I would think, like my son, I don't know how, once he becomes a high school and, his early 20s, I mean, how much is he going to really follow me around and do what I do? He's probably going to, do his own thing at that point. So, let's go back to our original question. Where do you go? What do you do? What do you do? Let's say, before we take on me as an example, let's somebody that's the exact opposite. I'm a 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl, somewhere around there, high school age girl. I want to get into physical music. I don't want to just download, digital copies. I don't want to just stream on Spotify or whatever, or iTunes, or however, people consume their music. I want to get into record collecting. But I don't really necessarily like old bands. It's not like I specifically want to get into classic rock or something like that. But I like modern music, modern pop music, but I want to actually own an album collection. Okay, let's take that person, right? First place they're probably going to go, most likely, if they're not going to go brick and mortar, which with brick and mortar they could probably go to Walmart, they could probably go to Target, and there's probably a pretty decent chance that they're going to have whatever that is, fill in the blank pop star is going to have a vinyl record out. It's going to be on the shelf there, and they're going to pay full price, which is probably 25 plus, might even be more, 35. They do all kinds of different schemes to make as much money as they can out of the situation. So you got that. So keep that in mind. The next thing they could do is they could go online. So let's go online here, and let's start where everybody's going to want to start. Amazon, right? So I'm going on Amazon. Remember, I'm a high school age girl who's looking for pop music that I want to start a vinyl collection. Okay. So I'm probably going to not click on CD. I'm probably, new release by format. I'm probably going to go by vinyl, right? Makes sense? Okay. Now, Global hits. Oh, hey, I'm noticing stuff right off the... I don't know who these people are, so I'm just making up the situation. But let's say Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift, bestseller. Yeah, I want the Taylor Swift album. It's called 1989. It's a 2-album LP, of course it is. It's $37.98, of course it is. And I want that album. Oh, wait, they've got a... What's this one? I'm assuming it's another one. But look, $45.99. All right, pause. Out of character. Holy shit. These are expensive. No one... okay, back into character. Okay, what do? I want this 1989 Taylor Swift album, and I want Speak Now, right? I'm going to go on here. I've got Amazon Prime, or maybe I'm still in high school. Maybe my parents have Amazon Prime, and I'm on my parents' account, right? All right. I could buy the CD, which would be a lot cheaper, but remember, I want to start a record collection, so I'm going to spend $37.98 for this double album. Okay. Look at this. I can get all 3 of these records. 3 Taylor Swift. I'm assuming they're probably her 3 most recent. I don't know. I don't know anything about Taylor Swift, but let's just say, holy shit. Out of character. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Maybe I'm in character. I'm a high school girl. I don't work. I'm only 14. I don't have... I can't legally work a job. I do some babysitting here and there, but I've only got... How much money do I've got in my piggy bank, or or my whatever? Oh, I've got like $100 left over from like birthday money and babysitting money, right? Okay. She probably doesn't have a credit card. Most likely. Maybe her parents set her up with one. I don't know. Let's just say she doesn't. I'm like, okay, well, I've got $100 in cash, and that's going to spend all of my money, so I won't have any money to go out and do anything this weekend. So I guess I can't buy all 3 of these albums, although I want them to start my record collection. You see where this is going? It's kind of like how young people getting into comics, how they kind of, the hobbies kind of price them out of the market. Okay, so what are my options? Well, I've got all of these 3 albums on my Spotify account. I don't have a Spotify account, so I'm assuming that's how it works. And I can listen to them on my earbuds, on my phone, but I really want to start a record collection. Okay, so let's start with 1 record. So even still, I'm going to have to get my mom's credit card. So I go ask Mom. She says, okay, you can spend, Mom, they're all like $30 to $50, $45. She's like, okay, do you have any money? Yeah, I got cash. Here's 2 20s from my money I just saved. So I still have some money to go out this weekend and do something with my friends. But I am going to buy one of these Taylor Swift albums. Give Mom the $40. She gives me her credit card, because, after taxes, even if you spend the $30... I said, Mom, even if I get the $45.99 plus tax, can I still just give you $40? That's fine. Okay, so you give Mom $40. You're only going to get one of these 3 albums. Okay, so you're going to go, let's get this one. Let's get the bestseller. So oh, it's pre-ordered. Oh, I can't get it yet. Oh, okay, it comes out October 20. When is that? It's tomorrow. Okay, I'm fine. So I go through I got Mom's credit card. I go on here. Maybe it's already in the account. Maybe I'm in her account, right? And I go on there and I order it. And she puts it in the thing. She gets the album. It's going to be released tomorrow. It'll probably ship tomorrow. Or maybe it's, and then she'll probably get it by the weekend, maybe Monday. Probably Monday. Okay, that's that scenario. Okay. Now you can see that why a high school kid, whether it's a girl or a boy, if they don't have a job and they're just relying on money that they've saved from like birthday, Christmas, if they've done some odd jobs, they're like me and they mowed lawns, they did something. Let's face it, kids don't do anything anymore. So a girl's probably a babysit, because it just seems like it's kind of expected of them. We're going out, or my friends we're all going out, the adults, and they got a bunch of kids, and there's a teenage girl that's pretty responsible. I guess she's kind of I guess she has no choice. She's going to be babysitting, whether she likes it or not. And maybe, hopefully, the other parent's going to chip in and give her a few, give her some money for the evening, right? Okay. Boy, on the other hand, they're not going to trust the boy unless the boy's really, really responsible. Like my friend, the Ruther friend, he used to babysit, and he was in high school. Um, but most boys nowadays are probably not going to. I'm not going to leave him with the boys. Okay, so what's the other boy got to do? So he can go buy his death metal albums, his whatever, his new metal or his progressive metal. Because it's probably he's going to buy that, or he's going to buy some kind of rap album, right? It's one of the two. Young boy filled with testosterone and teen angst, they're going to buy metal or rap, one of the two. Some hardcore extreme version of either one of those two, because they're angry. Okay, so they're going to buy one of those two albums. What are they going to do? They're going to go, oh shoot, I don't have any money. Or, oh, I only got the $100 left over for birthday money. So they're going to go through probably the same circumstance. Fill in the blank. I don't know. I'm assuming there's a section on that too. Let's go back to. I saw the thing. Okay, he wants metal, right? What metal does he want? I don't know. Well, that's the Priest. Is that the new Judas Priest thing that's coming out? Okay. So he wants. What's a metal band? I'm just trying to think. What's a big metal? Death metal. Here we go. This guy's hardcore. He wants progressive metal, right? Oh, what's he want for progressive metal? He wants the Mastodon album, right? So, can he get? This is probably the CD. It should have a list. Okay, vinyl, right? Is it available? Look at that. It's available. He gets it by Saturday if he orders today. He can get the... No, wait. I didn't click it. Same thing. Yeah, he can get it by the 28th. He can get this Mastodon album, $22.99. Wow, that's a lot cheaper than $37.99 for the Taylor Swift album. He thinks, oh, I'm going to do the same situation. Hey, Ma or Dad, can I get two? Here's $40 in cash out of my $100 of cash I've been saving. I still need some money to go out and do something this weekend. Hey, can I go and can I buy this album? Hey, sure. And he says to himself, okay, I'm gonna get this Mastodon album for $22.99. And you know what? While I'm at it, because I'm starting my record collection and I'm a young teenage kid who's filled with piss and vinegar, he's going to probably want the Master of Puppets album because he's a huge fan of Stranger Things. Where did I see the Masters of Puppets album? It was under Speedy. I saw it somewhere. Was it on the Mastodon page? I thought it was. Why is this? I swear I just saw. Okay, so he's got to go and maybe he says, hell with it. I want Megadeth. I don't know why he'd want it, but I want Megadeth, Rust in Peace, right? And he can get that for. Then he sees, the Iron Maiden albums, right? Those are pricey. Actually, they're not that bad. They're one as bad as that Taylor Swift album. So he's going to go to top-rated bestseller. He wants to get Rust in Peace. Oh, there's what he call it. Oh, check this out. He goes, wait a minute. Let's back up on the Mastodon. I can get Peace Sells, No One's Buying, Megadeth, Rust in Peace, and I get the Metallica Master Puppets album, all for $67. I'm going to sit inside and all this weekend and just listen to music. Hopefully they all come by Saturday. Oh, it's temporarily. Rust in Peace is temporarily out of stock. Okay, he can't get that. So now he's going back to his original plan. He's going to buy Mastodon, and then he's going to get Master of Puppets. And they're both going to fall in. Oh, I'll get the Mastodon. $22.99, $20. He takes that same $40, hands it off to Mom or Dad. They let him use the credit card. He can get both of his. Oh, we get one of them by tomorrow. Well, we've got Amazon Prime. I don't care if they have to make 2 trips. I want my stuff when I want it. So boom, he goes and he orders both Master Puppets and the Mastodon album. Gets one on Friday, one on Saturday. Woo! I get 2 days to look forward to. I'm really not going out of the house this weekend. Why? What would I need to go out of the house for? I'm just going to have my buddies come over. We're going to sit in my bedroom. We're just going to jam on our guitars and stuff, or play some video games. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I'm going to go out this weekend. I'm just going to sit and play. I'm going to play some, whatever you call it, fill in the blank, some Call of Duty, whatever the Call of Duty online multiplayer game is. I'm going to sit on that all weekend and play that all weekend, and I'm going to look forward to seeing my 2 albums come in, and I'm going to tell all my buddies about it on the thing, and I'm going to go on Discord or whatever, or Face Chat on my tablets, and I'm going to blab to all my friends. Look at what I got. Look at what I got. Nanner, nanner, boost not, right? Because that's all young boys like to do, is like to flex on each other. So, you see where I'm going? This is all my imagination. I'm just based on little facts I know about my son, what I'm assuming people do. These are the 2 scenarios for the boy and the girl, the high school kids. That's what's going to happen, right? The girl's kind of screwed. She's paying $40 for one album. Sure, it's a double album, but she's getting $40 for one album. Junior here is getting 2 albums for $40, right? He's getting a classic album, and he's going to get a newer album. I'm assuming that Mastodon album is new. And he's not going to go out and blow the rest of his money this weekend, because he's going to sit and play blah blah games all weekend, and he's probably going to think, oh, well, geez, I still have $60 left. You know what? I think I'm going to get the rest of. I'm going to get. I'm going to spend another $40 here, because it's only $19.99.20, and I'm going to get the other 2 Metallica albums. I'll have the 3 classic Metallica albums, first one through the third one, right? Ah, sweet. And I still have $20 left. You know what? I think I might go pick up another Mastodon album, or a Lamb of God, or some other fill-in-the-blank, some Slipknot or something like that, right? He's going to have his albums. Well, he spent his $100 because he ain't going out this weekend. I don't even know what the girl's going to do for the weekend. She's probably not going to go out anyways. And even if she did, she's probably going to hang around a bunch of young boys and then somehow get them to pay for all her stuff. She really didn't even need any money. So, all right. Now that I've painted a bleak picture on the youth, not saying it's 100% true or accurate. It's just the picture that I painted for you. That's my bleak youth picture here. Now let's go to moi, right? What am I looking for? Well, I've decided, you know what? I think I'm going to make the plunge, and I'm going to buy the first 3 Kiss albums and Kiss Alive 1. I enjoyed all the other 3 albums, Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun. I've got them all now, and I got Kiss Alive 2. Incidentally, by the way, I realized, and I remember this now as a kid because I had that little envelope, that booklet that came with it. That didn't come with it, so I've been looking online. Actually, I've seen you can get the record for with a nice jacket, like a mint jacket with crappy discs, and the book, the Evolution of Kiss booklet. You can get that all for like $15. But the records are terrible, and they say specifically the records are crap, right? I might just spend that, and I'll swap everything out with the 2 records I have, and then Bob's your uncle. I got everything, and it's all in great condition. So I might do that at some point. Let's not do that for this little scenario. Let's try to stay on task here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through. Oh, by the way, I did listen to Kiss Dynasty. Whew. I don't know. I did listen to The Elder, too. The Elder's not as bad as I thought it was, but I actually like The Elder more than Kiss Dynasty, believe it or not. There was some choice tracks on here, but this Kiss Dynasty bored me to tears. I mean, sure, I know, I can't, no, I'm not going to get into those albums right now. And that's not the ones I'm seeking out. What I'm seeking out is the first few albums, right? So I'm looking for, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, there it is. First Kiss album, right? Kiss. Okay. It's got Strutter on it, it's got Firehouse, it's got Cold Gin, it's got Black Diamond, it's got Deuce on it. Okay, I've already got 4 songs on it. If I got 4 songs on the album, I'll buy the album. out of the 10, right? So I'm going to get so it's got 40% of the album is good. That's a good, be better if it was 60%, but 40% is better, is okay. All right, so what am I going to do? First thing I'm going to go is, can I buy it from here? Go to artists. No, I can't buy it from here. I always thought you could click on a button and it would take you over to buy it on, and it takes you over to, what do you call it? Okay, so it doesn't. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to put in Kiss vinyl, and I'm going to go, I don't know why you can't get the other ones just like these freely right now, but yeah, and I don't want the picture discs. I mean, I do want the picture discs, but I also want the regular ones, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, oh, $20 for Dynasty. Actually, that's a pretty good price, but I don't know. 32 for Creatures of the Night. Ooh, it's kind of pricey. Kiss a Lot, $37.90. I'm in the Taylor Swift category now, but that isn't a live album. It's double disc, yada yada yada. I avoided that. Oh, Hotter Than Hell. There's one of the ones I'm looking for, but I'm going to start with the first one. So I can get Hotter Than Hell for $27.99. There's the Elder. Here we go. Oh, $30. Okay. So I can get Hotter Than Hell. So basically I'm spending almost $60 for 2 albums to get these reissues, right? Oh, it's not even going to be here till November 3rd. What? That's not for a while yet. Okay. I don't need to buy it together with this. I've already got this album and I have the reissue for it. So what are my options? Okay. So that's what this whole video's come down to. Go to Discogs, right? I'm not getting paid by Discogs. They're not endorsing me. I'm not getting any kickback from Discog whatsoever. This is where I go to buy records when I'm at home, and I'm not going to the record store. Or the record store doesn't have what I'm looking for. I'm going to go on to Discogs. So let's put a pin in what I'm looking for first, because I'm just going to notice something. Best Halloween music. I had this Rocky Horror Picture Show album. I borrowed it from somebody and I never gave it back. There's this weird guy, really weird guy I used to work with at A&W when I was 15. Yeah, I was 15. I worked at A&W. I think I was in 11th grade. Yeah, I was in 11th grade. I was 16. Did I have my license? I don't think I have my license yet, though. I was still 15. And maybe it was 10th grade that I worked up there. It was 1989. Yeah, it was 10th grade. Okay, so 1989 I worked at A&W. It was my first job that I actually, had to apply for and get a job. I had to have the work permit from high school that I could work. So there was this guy there. There was a lot of weird people there. There's one guy works there, and I thought he was kind of cool at first. He kind of punky guy. Had, wore Chuck Taylors, wore a hat sort of like this, had glasses and stuff. And he seemed to know everything about everything. He was hip, right? He's also kind of creepy, too. It was just like, I don't know about this guy. But me and some other friends who were my friends, the older kids that I worked with, or that I went to school with, that were working there, they knew him. And they said, yeah, he's kind of a weirdo, but he's a cool guy. They said, oh, we're all going back to his apartment and go hang out and drink beers. All right. So I went over and hung out at this guy's apartment, drink beer, and, underage drinking beer. And we put on some movies. He had a bunch of, store-bought movies. It was a tiny little apartment. I mean, it wasn't even really an apartment. It was almost like a dorm room. Anyways, we're hanging around. He was over 21. He bought us all liquor. Or beer, beer, and we sat around drinking beers. Anyways, he had an album collection, not a big one, maybe like a milk crate next to his movies and stuff. And I was going through his album collection, and I came across that record. And I went, "Oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show!" And I just started going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Lakeside Mall in Sterling Heights, or Sterile Whites as they call it, at the movie theater at Lakeside Mall. They used to play it on Saturday nights at midnight. They used to play. It was Friday nights or midnight or Saturday night. One of those two. It was midnight showing. a Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then a bunch of people, they'd get up on stage, up in front of the theater, and and they had costumes and everything, and they'd redo everything, and everybody yell at the screen, and they'd throw rice, and they'd do all that, all the Rocky Horror Picture Show stuff. But I really liked the music to it. And then he had this record. I go, oh, hey, can I borrow this and take it home? Because I remember I had the Sharp, which I could dub anything on the cassette. So can I take this home and dub it on cassette and give it back to you? He's like, I don't care. So I took it home, and then I think I asked him one time. I said, oh, sorry, I'll bring it back. I think he says, just keep it. I think that's what he said, just keep it. So I ended up having that, put that in my record collection. I'd like to have that again, but that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, there's the Master of Puppets. Oh, hey, I can get a 64 copies starting at $17.39. Well, you know what? The reissue was $20. That is the reissue. Oh, it is the reissue. Okay. Oh, and you get the reissue for cheap? No, maybe if you get a new copy of the reissue. Like, again, this is why I'm saying go to Discogs. If you only got that $100 and you, because you don't really have a job and you're underage, you're 14, you're not 15, so you can't get the work permit, so you can't go work at A&W like I did. So you did that. So what are we going to do? I'm going to look up the Kiss album. Kiss. All right, it's going to take me, just put in the band you're looking for. It's going to take you to this page, right? It's probably going to take you to, this is the Kiss album that I'm looking for, but this is just Kiss in general. If you want to look up by band or you want to go to the specific album, it's usually one of the first two. I don't go through all of the rest of these. So, like, I think this is the reissue here. Remember, I'm going to go buy the original copy of this album, or a older copy of this album. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on it. Okay. Now you're going to get a bunch of listings and stuff out here. If you want different, like if you want the Sweden release, the Canadian release, you want the German release, blah, 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 blah. 8-track. These aren't all just, these are everything. This is CDs, 8-tracks, cassettes, you name it. Records. But I'm going to buy a copy, right? So you go to buy a copy. Take you over here. Now probably the easiest thing, and there's also the most available, is just buy one from the United States. Because otherwise the shipping's going to be astronomical trying to get it from the UK or Japan. So I'm going to buy it from the United States. Okay, I'm looking for it specifically on vinyl. Hey, look at that. I've got the most amount of choices are on vinyl. So I should be in luck here. Okay. So now I've brought up all of the vinyl records from the United States. Okay. And how they do this is they give you the price of the album and then they give you the shipping, right? And then they give you a total. So just look at that. That's what you're going to be paying. Don't even look at because sometimes you're going to be paying $10 for shipping and you're going to be paying $3 for the record, right? Just don't look at that. It's just going to discourage you. Just look at this bottom line. It's italicized kind of gray lettering. That's what you're going to actually pay. Okay. What the hell is that? Okay. You're also going to get, let's say you're picky like me. I was like, I don't want a crappy copy. I want at least a very good. If not, I want a very good plus, right? Well, it looks like I got the most amount of options over here in very good plus. So, can you guys see that, or am I in the way? I think you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to go to Very Good Plus. Alright, now I've brought up all the Very Good Pluses. So now I'm not going to go newest. I'm going to go, because you know me, what's the lowest price? Alright, so the lowest price here is $27.77. It's a $22 album, $5 in shipping. It's Very Good Plus, plain inner sleeve, some ring wear. It's a pretty dark album. As far as the color of the album. On the front and top edge wear. They have a release page which might go into some more detail. But as you can see now, $32. Very Good Plus, the sleeve condition. Some of them don't even have the sleeve, but this tells you it should tell you if it has it or not. Near mint glossy. It looks like a pretty decent hair. A few hairline are close to inspection, blah, blah, blah. This seems like a pretty clean album. But again, it says clean copy, but it's used. So you got to think to yourself, okay, at $24 plus $8 shipping. Now I've got Amazon Prime, or my parents have Amazon Prime, but we're talking about me here. I've got Amazon Prime, and sure, you're paying for that service, but it's a nominal fee when you're ordering a lot off of Amazon. So plus you get other benefits with Amazon Plus. But regardless of that, let's just ignore that. It's $32. Okay. How much was it? $30. But it's not going to be here until November 3rd, which is next, like, Thursday? So like a week from today? Okay. What's this one? These ones usually ship within you'll get these in about a week. So you think, huh. And that's a used copy. Or I get a brand new copy. Okay. So in this regard, I'm not going to jump on this right away, but I would make I would jump on this. I would take this option. I would just get the reissue for $30, plus tax, and then you're going to pay you're going to get free shipping on it. It's going to be delivered next Thursday. It's going to take a week to get here. That's what I would go. So with this record in particular, I'm kind of SOL, right? Looks like if I want a copy, I could drop down and get a worse copy to get it cheaper, but how cheaper am I going to get it? So let's take off my condition. I'm going to look for just looks like I got a lot of options that's just very good, right? Not very good plus. So, and I hit lowest, right? $26.98. It's almost the same price. And what's this one say? It's very good plus. I gotta read. Okay, let's go to this one. Slight surface noise in areas. Yeah, all these issues, right? No, I'm gonna just buy the reissue, right? Okay. So let's say I do that, and then I think, well, let me get the second. Let me get Hotter. I saw Hotter Than Hell, so let me grab Hotter Than Hell too while I'm at it. Now that's $27.98, and it gives you you get the what do you call it? This one I get tomorrow. Ooh, and I'm doing YouTube videos, and I need something to talk about tomorrow. So you know what? Maybe I'll buy Hotter Than Hell and get it by tomorrow, so I have a Kiss album to talk about. Now, what is on Hotter Than Hell? Because I don't really even know. So I'm going to go back over here. Like I said, this one's got a lot of songs on it I like, so I'm more apt to get that one. But if I go to Hotter Than Hell, go to choose Parasite, Hotter Than Hell. Let Me Go, Rock and Roll, All the Way, Watching You, Mainline, Coming Home. I didn't listen to this last night, by the way. I listened to the Dynasty album and The Elder. So with this one, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I might pass. I can get it tomorrow, and eventually I need to start making some YouTube videos with these albums. I would probably be like, I don't know if I want to get that or not. So I'm probably going to put a pin in that. So I would say, I would probably get this album then, right? Okay. Let's just say I get Dressed to Kill. What's on Dressed to Kill? Don't really know a lot of these songs. Rock and Roll All Night is the only song I know off this album. This is kind of why I don't really want to get these for the first three albums. There's not a lot of... the first album's good. It's got a lot of good ones. Strutter, Deuce, Black Diamond. These other two, Hotter Than Hell and Dressed to Kill, I just kind of find... I gotta listen to them really well and see if I really like them. Obviously, I'm probably going to get all the Kiss albums anyways. But what do I get next? That's the question. I would probably think for my money... And can I even get that? What was that album called? Dressed to Kill? Dressed to Kill. Yeah, look, that one's not even available. Okay, so I'd have to get it off of here. And again, I don't know if I want to get that Dressed to Kill right away. But I'm just curious, though. What I could get the other two for. So I'm going to stay on Discogs and look up Dressed to Kill. I'm going to go to the album. I'm going to buy a copy. I'm going to go to the United States. Most amount of options. Going to go to vinyl. Most amount of options. I'm going to stick with probably... Well, I can't get it on reissue, so might as well just go for Very Good Plus. Okay, newest. No, let's go cheapest first. $16.49. That's a decent price. Very good. Good plus. Fully tested right before listening, and the music sounds great all the way through. That's a good sign. these people are usually pretty honest, and they're usually pretty on the money. The Discogs essentially, because I guess this whole video is supposed to be on Discogs. Discogs essentially, they're all record collectors for the most part. So, you know, record collectors. Whenever I got anything from Discogs, you could tell it came from a record collector. It's in specialty sleeves. It's packaged perfectly. You know, the write-ups are lengthy. I mean, if you go into the release page, it'll even have more information. And they're pretty much right on the money with their records. So it's a trusted site. Trust me. I've ordered them a lot now. And I can definitely say I haven't really had a bad experience with Discogs yet. It's not like thrift books. I had some bad thrift books experience. Discogs never had a bad experience yet. Except for that cutoff corner on Destroyer. I was a little miffed on that, but that wasn't that big of a deal. The vinyl is glossy with hardly any wear. That's a good sign. Matrix isn't an exact match with this listing, but it's closest to all of the others. Jacket's artwork looks okay, but let's see what to say. But there's some fading. They're all like that. Fair amount of shelf wear. Damage on the front cover. Appears to have another record stuck to it. Oh, that's kind of... or used as a coaster. I don't like the sounds of that. So let's go skip to the next one. Cover is in very rough shape. Record looks good. Now we're going up in price. Okay, very good plus on the disc. Sleeve condition's good. It sounds like another coaster. So, okay, now we're getting $25 and upwards, right? But here's the thing. Now this one here, vinyl looks really good. Little wear and showing on all the album covers, but being the back cover, it's really exceptional. Okay, that sounds like a decent album, but I'm going to pay $25, same price as a reissue. Although, I can't find a reissue on Amazon. So, if this was my case, I would probably buy the first album on Amazon. I haven't even looked up Hotter Than Hell yet. I'm probably going to think I'm going to get something around the same with Hotter Than Hell. So let's just buy the reissue Hotter Than Hell. And I can't get Dressed to Kill on Amazon, so I'm going to buy Dressed to Kill here on Discogs. So I buy it here on Discogs. You know, you go in here. So the way they work is you put in your order. I hope it didn't sell already, although it usually tells you right away. Put in your order. You have to create an account, just like anything else. I don't think there's a guest. There might be a guest account there, but just create an account if you're going to use it. And then you put in your credit card information or debit card or whatever, however your payment. You know, if maybe you're paying from PayPal, whatever. Because most of these vendors, most of these people are, like I said, they're just record collectors, and most of them are only accept, or they're going to get paid through PayPal anyways. So, and then when you pay them, even with your credit card, it's going to go into their PayPal account, because it'll tell you, it'll give you two receipts. It'll give you a receipt from Discogs for the transaction, and it's going to give you a PayPal receipt showing that you paid money to this person on PayPal. So you're going to get those two receipts. You get two email receipts for that after you complete your order. But like I said, it's pretty user-friendly. I mean, it's not, you know, you got to, because it's what it is, it's pretty, I mean, there's so many records on here and so many different conditions, so many different versions, so many different pressings. You know, record collectors are record collectors. You know, they're going to be hyper-specific about what they want. And if you're like me, I don't really care so much about the pressing. I just want a decent, clean copy of the record that plays. That's pretty much, if it's a reissue, that's fine. If it's a vintage copy, it's fine as long as it's a decent copy. And at the third one, of course, which is pretty much the overalls, I don't want to pay a lot of money. So even if the reissue is $37.99, but I can find a decent copy, like I got Love Gun and Destroyer, I got them off of, you know, here, and I paid less than $15 a piece, right? I'm happy with them. Both the records play just fine. The jackets are in just as good. They're in good enough condition for me. You know, I'm going to buy it. Oh, sorry. Just remembered. By the way, somebody did send, thanks for the comment to the person who sent me the comment, but somebody said that to check the lyrics on my sleeve for Destroyer, that it specifically says for the song Detroit Rock City about the 95. Remember I talking about the road, the 95 in that video? He said check it out because it should say doing 95, not going down or heading down 95. And I checked it, and sure as poop, he was correct. It says doing 95 on my, and I've got an original pressing. So, there you go. That's so I'm assuming one of two things happened. He specifically meant doing 95, meaning the speed, right? Or he was, maybe Paul was referring to the I-95 in New York, right? He could have done that. And 75 was close enough, right? Ended with 5. Like I said, I kind of made a big deal about it in my video. I was basically just kind of point out what and I kind of wanted to show you the map of Detroit just so you can kind of see that too. But I think that's what the case is. So thanks to the person who sent that. I did check mine, like I sent you back a reply, said I checked it, and sure as shit, it says doing 95, so we're good there. Okay, back to this. So I'm gonna buy. I want to get these 3 albums, right? I'm not gonna make a purchase on these yet. Probably not gonna wait. Probably wait till next week. And I'll get a couple of these so I can do some reviews. Keep the Kiss reviews coming. Sorry, I'm getting the afternoon sleepies. I'm hungry too. I got dinner going. I can smell it cooking in the slow cooker. I got the sauerkraut and Polish kielbasa. I'm not Polish, but I love myself some Polish food. So, and I live in Bay City, which is Polka Town. So, I got myself some sauerkraut and kielbasa. Been in the slow cooker. I actually had the same thing. I put it in this morning, and then it was ready by lunch. I ate half of it at lunch, and I'm going to eat the rest of it for dinner now at 5 o'clock here. So, anyways, I'm hungry, so let's make you hungry too while you're at it. Unless you're not into sauerkraut and kielbasa. I love sauerkraut. I was scared to death of it as a kid, but my grandma could turn me on. My hillbilly grandma turned me on to that when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, I actually like this a lot. All right, back to the Discogs. So, my recommendation or my suggestion is to the me, to the you, to the high school girl, to the high school boy. I'm also, let's just do this real quick. I can't remember what the name of the album was. 1989, was that the album by Taylor Swift? Put in 1989, Taylor Swift, 1989, all versions. Let's pull that up. Buy a copy. Okay. And then we want to go United States. We're going to go vinyl. Most amount of options. 2 LPs. Pretty sure that stands for region. Mint condition. This is brand new. Okay, before we do that, let's still look up lowest first. Very good plus. So this is a used copy. So you can get a used copy. Disc 2 only. Oh, okay. So it's only 1 disc. That's odd. Okay, let's go to the next one. Mint. All right. So look at this right here, right off the bat. Brand new, factory sealed. $6 in shipping. $19.99. $25.99 out the door. Right? I would tell the high school girl who wants to buy Taylor Swift to go here. Go to Discogs. Like I said, this is kind of what this whole video is about, is using Discogs, and it's cheaper. I mean, again, Amazon was $37.99 for that. That's insane. You can get the same ounce, the 2 LPs right here, same exact album, $25.99 out the door, add it to cart, boom. And just tell Ma, say, hey Ma, you know what? I found it cheaper on this place online. Can I sign up for an account? Well, then I guess she's got to go through that. What? What do you mean sign up for an account? Blah, 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 blah. Mom, come here. She drags Mom in there. Mom looks at it, and she goes, look, this is where everybody buys their records. Look at the prices. Look at this place, right? if you want to, show Mom my video, and I'll tell Mom, hey, look, use Discogs. It's reputable. These are all record collectors. These are hardcore, diehard record. These are serious adult record collectors. Probably most of them are all either record stores or middle-aged lonely men. And they are going to be truthful, and they're not going to screw you, and they're not going to just take your money and run, because obviously you're protected, blah, 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 blah. So, hopefully that convinced Mom. So tell Mom you're going to buy it on Discogs here and get it, because you're going to get it for $25.99 plus tax. You're still going to get it for less than $30. And what we're going to pay before, $40. At least now your brother, who's buying all the metal albums, you're like, ha! I can get my 2-disc, what do you call it? My 2-disc, brand new, sealed copy of Taylor Swift album for the same price you paid for your Mastodon album, Nanner Nanner Boost. So she can flex on him now, right? So there you go. Let's see, I got a few more minutes I can blather on here a little bit. So again, Discogs is a pretty sweet site. I've used them now pretty much. I've bought more albums on here than I've bought on Amazon, and I'm 100% satisfied. Like I said, even the little corner on the Destroyer album made me a little irritated, but not enough for me to seriously complain. I mean, I've got a sealed copy, brand new, of the Transformers the movie soundtrack that I've been waiting for the longest time to get. Even the original one I had back in the 80s that I bought at Sam's Jams wasn't brand new. I'm getting a brand new copy of that original album, sealed. Well, it's not brand new. I mean, it's not old, but it's never been opened. And I got it for $30 when you can't. It hasn't seemed like you could even touch that album for less than $50 opened. So I lucked out. I said I'd jump on it quick, because when you find, that's the other thing, is when you go on here and you find something that seems almost too good to be true, just make sure you read everything, because they're probably not screwing you. There's not a lot of scams on here that I've found. Just read everything. Make sure it says that you're giving you the, if it says, hey, I get a brand new copy of an album for $30 that I can't find anywhere for less than $50 opened. A sealed copy. I think they reissued it like 10 years ago, and it's like a whatever edition, like an anniversary edition or whatever it was. And it's got I don't like the cover. It's got like this Decepticon symbol and an Autobot symbol on each side of it. I don't know if that's just the slip case or that's the actual album sleeve. And it comes with a bunch of other extra junk and stuff in it like that. But that thing was like $145. I'm like, I ain't buying for that. I'm buying that. So, yeah. So, like I said, if something sounds too good to be true, just take your time. Don't jump on it right away. Read everything. But bear in mind this, if it's that good to be true, buy it. Because if you don't, somebody's going to buy it within minutes. Trust me. If you shut that window down, you go out and you go about your day, and you come back even that evening or whatever, and you go, I think I'm going to get it. You go on there, I bet you anything it's gone. Bet you anything it's gone. Trust me. I've bought a lot of toys. I bought a lot of albums. I've gone out seeking hard-to-find, sought-after things for pretty much extensively for the last 4 years now. And I gotta say, if you see something that you want and you're on the fence about it, just bear this in mind. If you do not purchase it, now, obviously, if you don't have the money, it's a different situation. You can't spend the money, But if you want something, just really think about it, because if you don't buy it then and there while you got it in your grubby little hands, it's sure as shit it's going to be gone if you put it back on that shelf and walk away from it. I swear to God, it's going to be gone. I don't know how many times it's happened to me where it's just like, I was going to buy this Soundwave reissue, which actually they're coming out now, but the one they're coming out was all plastic. This was like the original, like it is close to the original, and they had the tapes too, and like $50. They wanted $20. It was like almost, it was $100 with tax for like Soundwave with the 2 tape collections and the 2 tape sets, and I'm like, those are the ones I had when I was a kid, and I'm like, I think total everything was like $25 or $30. So I'm like, this is a lot of money. I don't know if I want to spend this. And they had like a stack of them too, and a bunch of them on the pegs. I'm like, oh, and I thought, are they going to start coming out with these? You know, one of the things that made me balk was I looked down, they had an Optimus Prime, but they didn't come with a trailer. It's just, I'm like, what? I don't like that. I thought they're going to reissue. This is back before I knew any better, sorry. Something just shot out of beard hair. Anyways, I went, you know, they've got a lot of them. If I want it, I'll come back up and get it. So I didn't buy it. Went home, got to thinking, went online, saw that you couldn't get it online on Amazon. It wasn't available. I even went on the Walmart website. It wasn't available. I said, okay, I'm just going to go back up and buy it, right? It was like a couple of days later. Every single one of those were gone. Gone, gone, gone. Empty pegs. And they had a lot of them. Gone. The Optimus Prime, gone. Everything's gone. Never came back. So what I'm saying is, if you see something, you got the money, buy it. Because, trust me, if it's something that's sought after, it'll be gone. Same thing when you go on like Discogs, and Amazon to a certain degree, but Discogs, like I said, they're record collectors, and record collectors are checking the site all the time. If you talk to any serious record collector right now, they're all going to tell you that they all frequent Discogs pretty heavily, because it's basically a community of record collectors. And if you're looking for, or record stores, because record stores also use this as well. So if you're looking for something, I'm telling you, you see it and it sounds like an amazing price, and you're on the fence about it. You know, obviously you don't have the money. I'm not encouraging you to go broke here. You know, if you got to buy food and rent, I think albums are not that important. However, if you got the money to spend, you're planning on buying it anyways, you see it and it's a great deal, don't hesitate. Throw it in a cart. Complete that transaction ASAP. So you especially don't want that to be selling out before you can even complete the transaction. I haven't had that issue happen with the record thing, but in the toy collecting, it's happened a few times where I can't get my information click fast enough, and it's already sold out because there's buyer bots out there, you know, shopper bots that people got on there. Especially like the release date on something. It's like, oh, it's going to be released at like 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wake up at 6 a.m. exactly on the nose. I go to hit it, put it in my cart, and they're completely sold out within 3 seconds. It's happened, trust me. So, yeah. So, bottom line to this story is I highly, 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 highly suggest using Discogs. I can't speak enough about it. If this is what you're looking for, if you're going for records, which I am. Like I said, I'm trying, like the action figures thing, I kind of went ballistic on that. That's another reason why I'm probably not continuing down that venture. But that's why I'm trying to use some self-control. Like I said, and there's not a lot that I'm looking for, but I am definitely looking for some Kiss albums, because it seems like it's making some headway on YouTube with my YouTube channel. It seems like there's a lot of Kiss fans out there. I mean, I like. Don't get me wrong. I mean, even like albums like Dynasty, right? I still want it for the collection, you know, and having the record collection. You know, I said at first, I only want certain albums, but I guess with the Kiss stuff, I think I'm still gonna hold off on the non-makeup stuff or the newer stuff. But all those original albums, I probably end up getting anyways. I still have to get back to my Rush buying, but like I said, all the other bands that I've been reviewing, with the exception of Journey, I think Journey, the one I posted today with Journey, should be, it seems like it's taking off. But yeah, it seems like everybody's only watching the Kiss stuff. And Destroyer got some comments, it got some views, but here's the thing that's weird is everybody went gaga over after that first Kiss video made. Then they went gaga over the Ace Frehley one. They've gone gaga over the Kiss Alive too. Now this all makes sense. And then Phantom of the Park, the Kiss comic book, nobody seemed to care about. Rock and Roll Over, nobody seemed to care about. And it seems like that the studio, with the exception of that Ace Frehley album, the studio albums doesn't seem like that many. It's not even. The algorithm is not even giving it that many impressions out there, which is weird. It's like it's the same subject matter and has the same hashtags and everything, and it's just like, why did you take this video about this album? I'm talking to the algorithm, not to you, and put it out and suggest it, recommend it to all these different people, got caught in their feed. But then I make another video about the same. Now I can see if I made one video, it gets out there, it has all these impressions. People click on it, gets caught in their recommended things, comes back, it blows up. Okay, I make a second video, right, and it doesn't, right? Okay, I could see that. It was just a fluke, right? But I made other ones, and they also seem to be leaps and bounds. If you click on my videos, hit popular, you'll notice the first 3 right off the bat are all Kiss videos. But none of them are the studio albums except for the Ace Frehley studio album. So I don't know. There's some disconnect there that I'm still not getting. You know, if you guys have any information, if you guys have any knowledge about that, you know, anybody's in the know, you know, hit me up. Tell me what's going on there, because it just seems weird. I don't know. But regardless, yes, nobody cared about. Asia, nobody cared about. Journey, looks like people are starting to pick up on this. And tomorrow I'll be posting one on Def Leppard, Pyromania. Let's see how that one does. Something tells me I gotta be, you know, some of the bands that I'm choosing are not. Rush was weird. I didn't understand that. I can't believe that. Actually, if you look at my least popular video I've made since I've started the channel, it's been like one on the Police. Really? Are the Police that out of the public zeitgeist anymore, or whatever, public mind think? Nobody cares about the Police anymore? That's weird. They used to be super, and they're extremely influential. I mean, Rush would never have changed their sound in the 80s if it wasn't for the Police. But I mean, it's Sting. Again, it's mind-boggling. It's all I gotta say is mind-boggling. If you've got a theory, you've got some wisdom on that, let me know, because I personally am, you know, at a loss for logic on that. So let me know. All right. So in the meantime, subscribe. Hit me up. Halloween is Halloween's probably passed by now, because this video is probably not going to air until that Thursday. When the high school girl is going to get her Taylor Swift album. No. Was that the Taylor Swift girl? Or was that the kid with the Mastodon? That was the kid with the Mastodon album. He wasn't going to get it until Thursday. Anyways, yeah, on Halloween, which is already passed, but you'll see it when the video comes up, because I'm going to make the video on Halloween. I got something coming in the mail I've been kind of talking about. I don't know if you guys can guess. I'm not gonna go into it. At least I'm gonna try not to go into it and let the cat out of the bag. But there's something that I ordered, because I also found that I had an Amazon. I had this Amazon coupon for a while, but I've been saving it because I didn't want to use it on like an album. Because I mean, sure, I'd get like I'd get the album for essentially half off. But if I bought a better item, because it's a percentage, I would have got a better deal. So I finally used that coupon on something that I had my eyes on, and I was curious. I was like, how much would that be? And I tried it and put it all in the thing. And I'm going to give my justifications why I specifically bought that one and didn't buy some of the other ones I was looking for. I'm going to get into that on that video. But I put it in and I looked at the price and I was like, oh, it wasn't as cheap as my son's. I got my son the one when his was on super sale, on that cyber sale or whatever it was, that Amazon Prime sale. It wasn't that cheap, but it was pretty close. And I was like, oh, I'm buying it. Bought it. So it's coming, and I'll reveal that on. I'm going to make the video on it the day it comes on, and I'll do an unboxing too. Sorry, did I just give that away? I just talked about my son, what he bought and stuff. Did I say the word? I don't know. I can't remember if I did. But anyways, if I didn't, try to guess it anyways. What have I been talking about that I was thinking about getting? I was kind of on the fence about. Again, hopefully, and I was luckily enough to get it before it sold out, and I ended up pulling the trigger on it. So put your guess in the what do you call it? Because I'll see it. I'll see the guess before the before I make the video, most likely, won't I? Because this video will go out on Wednesday. No, it'll be the next day. No? Shoot, I can't remember. It's been... I forgot where... This is so weird making videos in advance. It's like... it's... I get the days all messed up. But anyways, I'll let you guys go. Been blabbing on over my time to go eat my kielbasa and sauerkraut. So catch you later. Subscribe, like, do all that psycho jazz, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, bye-bye.